We gotta talk about Jeff Bezos.
Billionaire Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez kicked off their marriage with a spectacular wedding gala in Venice, Italy. But the lavish ceremony sparked backlash from protesters who say the event was tone deaf at a time of global turmoil.
You feel divine.
I'm feeling it.
You know you want to feel divine.
I love it.
Then you have to just subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, it's JEJE Vibe.
We're back.
You know I have my amazing man. Drop a 10 in the comment for my queen.
Thanks, my love.
Fire, blazing. Shout out to my beautiful queen. Man, it's Lewis and Gabriel. You know I'm here, and you're guaranteed you're in the right place. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. We gotta talk about Jeff Bezos. The wedding in Venice.
The $1 million wedding.
This is way more than $1 million.
Well, in the millions, $50 million wedding.
50 M. Burning 50 M for a wedding in Venice.
Just to lay a office type looking carpet.
Is it possible, sir? Is it possible while we're here? It's here. Venice was the location for Jeff Bezos' wedding. He's getting married to Sanchez.
Yep, he did mention it's impossible that the city ain't supposed to exist, but it did.
That's why we're here. So literally he's telling you like this wedding, me and Sanchez, we're not supposed to exist.
If you say it like that.
Because he's a ducky. Like one of those ducky guys. Yes, sir. God. Let's not even look like there's a transformation in Jeff Bezos. But before we get into the transformation, let's hear about this wedding.
Hollywood has taken over Venice, Italy. The stars were out today for the wedding of the year.
And a lot of people are talking about this one. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez tying the knot. Mark Corderobles is here now with new images and video.
And quite possibly the wedding of maybe the decade, even beyond that. This was a massive party, right? Really something to see. Celebrity after celebrity heading to this Friday night wedding by boat. Venice is 9 hours ahead of us, so things are probably winding down a bit over there. We start with the new image of one of the world's richest couples. Lauren Sanchez just posted this to Instagram a couple of hours ago. You can see her there and Jeff as well. My fashion report here, Lauren wearing a corseted lace Dolce and Gabbana dress. She captioned that photo just with the date, 6/27/2025. Sanchez also added Bezos to her name on social media. We also have video of them leaving for the ceremony earlier today right there. So who else was there? It was a star-studded event. We saw A-lister after A-lister this morning. Oprah, the Jenners and Kardashians, Tom Brady, Usher, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jerry Seinfeld, Sydney Sweeney.
Everybody was there. It looked as if like they got paid to attend the wedding.
Because like, I don't know, like Jeff Bezos, you know, like.
Yeah, and what's your relationship with Usher? What's your relationship with Oprah? What's your relationship with the Kardashians? What's your relationship with, it's a bit off.
If you're a fan of celebrities, you invite celebrities to say, okay, come to my wedding. But these are not friends and family. These are people you're fans of. Because none of them, the only thing that you have that gives you notoriety.
Isn't wedding supposed to be for friends and families?
It's not even tech. I would say it's Amazon.
that's the thing though. A lot of people always try to, I don't want to say it. But anyways.
But anyway, we're not hating on Bezos.
No.
We're just saying he's just fans of these people. So having them in your wedding, they're not your friends. These are people like I'm fans of. I would love to have a wedding one day and have Oprah, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hey, some people, maybe that has been one of his dreams. Let's excuse it. That when he gets married again, he would like to have all the well-known celebrities attend his wedding.
Lauren Sanchez is now Lauren Sanchez Bezos, according to her new Instagram post. Sharing a picture of the beaming couple, revealing her custom Dolce & Gabbana gown, now gracing the digital cover of Vogue.
Hi, Lorene, congratulations!
Just hours earlier, before changing into her wedding gown, Sanchez stepping into her own boat, a chic headscarf protecting her hair.
Hey, Jeff!
Bezos, dressed in a tux in the 90-degree heat, speeding down the Grand Canal in a flotilla of paparazzi and security.
All the stars in Venice.
Yep, in Venice.
Yo, dreams come true.
Hey, for some people in Venice now, randomly, they get to see all of them all at once.
Man.
Lauren Sanchez Bezos unveiling her new name and her show-stopping wedding dress, joined by about 200 guests, 70 of which were family, the bride told Vogue, and lots of A-listers. From Tom Brady to Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King, Orlando Bloom, Usher, the Kardashians, and Jared Kushner offering Ivanka Trump a hand into their boat.
The backdrop for Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding was this picturesque city of canals. Venice is no stranger to spectacle. Still, this one had paparazzi working overtime. Guests, many bold-faced names, shuttled around in boats, lots and lots of boats, representing media, Oprah, and yes, our own Gayle King, tech, Bill Gates, sports, Tom Brady, fashion, that's Tommy Hilfiger, and film. There's Leonardo DiCaprio under the cap. Some of the 200-ish invited were in a category all their own.
People were protesting.
The main protest group, No Space for Bezos, has been small but noisy in recent weeks, planned their biggest day of action yet for 5 p.m. Saturday.
Is doing more bad to society than good.
And this was always going to be the big day of protest. They made their way across the Rialto Bridge. You can see there their signs are anti-war, anti-capitalist, anti-Amazon. A lot of focus in their signs on his proximity to President Trump as well. These protesters had always intended to make their voices heard. A lot of them are local. They're protesting things like the cost of living in Venice, but there's also a lot of global demands as well. As I say, anti-capitalism, but also climate change activists.
And some people were protesting too because Venice is supposed to be that city of love, couple getting in that boat.
Like, we don't need too much attention.
Yeah,
we're just here
and
chilling.
then people, they just chill and lay back, and they like the fact that their means of transportation is boat now.
Facts.
And they've kept it that way. And that's what makes Venice unique in its own way.
But protests not the only distraction. A bald Jeff Bezos lookalike has been walking around the city, even waving at our camera as the real Jeff Bezos got into a water taxi nearby.
Some of the biggest celebrities in the world all arriving in Venice for the wedding of Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos and former journalist Lauren Sanchez. 5-star hotels are completely booked out in one of the world's most famous cities. Once built by tradesmen and merchants, now the wedding venue for a new digital captain of commerce. But while Bezos may be rolling out the red carpet for his guests, some of the city's residents would rather he stayed away. Bezos has donated millions to local causes, but rising inequality, climate change, and over-tourism have made Venice a more difficult place to actually live, highlighting social and economic divides.
We think that one big billionaire can't rent a city for his pleasure.
Activists took over St. Mark's Square with a banner that says, if you can rent Venice for your wedding, you can pay more tax. And they've threatened to disrupt the ceremony by blocking surrounding canals, so the venue was moved to a different part of the city. But city officials say a big celebrity wedding is just par for Venice's course.
It's not the holy grail for Venice, and it's not the problem for Venice. It's just another event in a city very used to host events.
Just another day in Venice.
Yeah, of course.
The main protest group, No Space for Bezos, has been small but noisy in recent weeks. But most Venetians we met, and tourists alike, not all that bothered by the spectacle of the estimated $50 million extravaganza.
As a Venetian, we're not getting any kind of troubles or problems with public transport.
I hope the price of the boats don't get increased because of Jeff Bezos.
So you can imagine, in few days, there's so much chaosness.
So much chaos, so much traffic, so much of these people. Like, what are they doing here? Like,
But most Venetians we met, and tourists alike, not all that bothered by the spectacle of the estimated $50 million extravaganza.
This city is for everybody, for Bezos, for her wife, and for you, for me, for everybody, for every person.
I don't see no problem with it. As a Venetian, we're not getting any kind of troubles or problems with public transport. I can get wherever I like.
And these American women from Texas staying at one of the hotels hosting dozens of the wedding guests.
We had some great dinner reservations, lunch spots, and then we just went to what we had already planned. And then next to us would be, Jerry Seinfeld.
See, it's been, it hasn't ruined our trip at all. No. It's been exciting.
Tom, and tonight's party is still raging. I can actually see the blinking lights of the police pits. I spot at least 2 of them behind me at that island. I see a line of water taxis waiting to pick up guests. And the heightened security presence may be one of the reasons for the high price tag. Some experts even wondering how anyone could spend so much money in 3 short days of celebrations. The other reason, maybe surprise musical guests, A-listers performing.
but shout out to Bezos. He's married the woman he wants to get married to.
Where he chooses to get married to her to.
Facts. He chose the location. He's happy with the location. He's like, oh my God. Amazing.
There was a performative aspect to some of this.
This side! This side!
Even if not everyone got their shot. While a few, in this case, not so small details like those rings emerged, not much came from the ceremony itself. Aside from a couple of social media posts, Vogue got the choreographed close-ups exclusively. The bride, Lauren Sanchez, a former journalist, now philanthropist, was quoted saying that Sophia Loren offered a bit of inspiration.
It seems everyone always has an opinion about a wedding, and when it's on such a grand scale, the opinions are exponentially louder, with some questioning whether we were seeing another Gilded Age on gaudy display.
Protesters were decrying Amazon's impact on jobs and small business here in Italy and calling out inequality and elitism. Some used all the attention to lament high housing costs, damage from over-tourism, and just the excess of it all. For centuries, Venice has been a stage for opulence, parties that can enchant, excite, and or disgust. This past weekend was just the latest show.
So this is a dream for, I could say this could be a dream for him. And he's been able to acquire the wealth to afford his dream to come true. And so you can't hate on the man's hustle.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. Hey,
Facts.
and another thing I want to mention is that you can see how he wants to be a little bit childish now because he might have missed out on those years that we gained.
Facts. Playing catch up now. So
Yep.
we'll leave him, like, we'll excuse him.
Yep.
But anyway, it's JEJE Vibe. But one question with everybody's asking is, why is Leonardo DiCaprio
covering his face?
Oh my God.
He got their face covered up.
I really need to know what's going on with Leonardo DiCaprio right now, because does he think if he just pulls the ball cap down far enough that nobody will, like, what is that he knows? Like, what is...
He even dressed in... I still covered his face.
Oh my God.
Pajama.
God, Leonardo DiCaprio is supposed to be one of the the fighters of climate change, but ain't no telling how many jets flew in for this wedding.
They said about 90.
Crazy.
Venice isn't just floating this weekend, it's glowing. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez are getting married, and they've brought slices of Hollywood, Wall Street, and the Silicon Valley along for the ride. Over 200 hand-picked guests, 90 private jets, and a celebration so exclusive, even the gondolas seem to be in formal wear. The wedding guest list is straight out of a movie. Oprah Winfrey is in town, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner have arrived, so have Kim Kardashian's sister Khloe and Kylie and mother Kris Jenner. You'll also spot Leonardo DiCaprio, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom, Bill Gates, Queen Rani of Jordan, celebrating the power couple. The celebrations kicked off with dinner under the stars at Madonna dell'Orto, a 14th century church. Next stop, a lavish party on the private island of San Giorgio, and the grand finale at the historic Arsenal shipyard after protest threats forced a venue change. Yes, there were protests including crocodile floaties in the canals and banners against Bezos. But inside, it's all glam. Think of local glass gifts, fancy pastries, and 200 designer gift bags.
There were jets everywhere. And it's a 9 hours flight from LA to Venice. So that's true. I think that's 9 hours with
11 or something like that.
For the jets. So there was a whole lot of jet coming to Venice, and that's not good for the environment.
Hey, people that advocate for climate.
Carbon footprints.
Hey, people that advocate for climate now don't really give two shits about the climate. Yes, I'm saying it.
Crazy. Mad. Man. So there was a whole lot of celebrities that was there.
A whole lot. And in my head, I'm just wondering, okay, with all those dresses now, how do you now board the boat?
Yeah.
Hey, we saw ripped dress.
Yeah. It was a whole lot of too much for the location. That's all we say.
But here's the twist. The wedding isn't even legal in Italy. That part will happen later. But if this is just the warm-up, it might be the most expensive wedding rehearsal ever.
But anyway, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. What do you guys think about Jeff Bezos getting married in Venice? Do you guys appreciate the disturbance that these celebrities took themselves all the way to Venice, or do you guys appreciate the beauty of Jeff Bezos getting married? Drop a comment, let us know what you think. And while you're at it, hit the like and subscribe. Where else would you rather be? You know it's JEJE Vibe. You know it's JEJE Vibe. JEJE Vibe. JEJE Vibe. Oh, JEJE. All my subscribers.